What if I told you that the next time someone insults you, disrespects you, ignores you, or tries to provoke you, you would feel absolutely nothing? No anger, no frustration, no urge to react, just calm, controlled power. Sounds impossible, right? But there was once a man who discovered a secret so powerful that people tried everything to break him, and they failed every single time. His story begins on an ordinary morning when a coworker humiliated him in front of the entire office. Everyone laughed, the room went silent, all eyes were on him. This was the moment most people would explode, defend themselves, or walk out in anger. But he didn't. He simply smiled. Not a fake smile, not a weak smile, a controlled, confident smile. That was the day people realized something about him was different, but they didn't know why. What they didn't know was that years earlier, he had been the most reactive person in the room. Quick temper, sensitive ego, easily offended. A single comment could ruin his entire day. One text message could keep him awake all night. He used to believe that anger meant strength, that reacting meant self-respect, until one night changed everything. It happened during an argument with someone he deeply cared about. Words were exchanged, voices were raised. He said things he didn't mean, and in the silence that followed, he realized something terrifying. The person who had the most control in that argument wasn't the one who shouted louder, it was the one who stayed calm. That realization hit him harder than any insult ever could. From that moment, he began studying human behavior. Why do insults hurt? Why do certain words trigger us instantly? Why does disrespect feel like a personal attack? And what he discovered shocked him. Anger is not caused by other people. It is caused by our attachment to how we think things should be. Read that again. Not what they said, not what they did, but the story we tell ourselves about it. When someone ignores you, you think, they don't respect me. When someone criticizes you, you think, they're attacking me. When someone succeeds, you think, I'm falling behind. The emotion is not coming from them, it's coming from your interpretation. And once he understood that, he found the first secret. Control the meaning, control the emotion. The next time someone insulted him, instead of reacting, he paused and asked himself one question. Is this about me or is this about them? Most of the time, it was about them, their insecurity, their bad day, their unresolved issues. People project their internal chaos onto others. When you understand that, insults stop feeling personal. But here's where it gets deeper. Even after realizing this, he still felt anger sometimes, so he looked further, and he found the second secret. Your ego is the real trigger. The ego constantly whispers, how dare they? You deserve better. Prove them wrong. But the ego's job is to protect identity, not peace. And if you let ego lead your reactions, you will never be free. So he practiced something radical. Whenever someone tried to provoke him, he mentally stepped back and observed his ego speaking. He didn't suppress it, he didn't fight it, he just watched it. And something strange happened. The more he observed it, the weaker it became, because awareness dissolves automatic reaction. One day, a stranger aggressively criticized his work online. The old version of him would have typed a long defensive response. The new version closed the app and went for a walk. He realized something powerful in that moment. Not reacting is a choice, and that choice is strength. But the real transformation came when he discovered the third secret. Most people react because they believe reacting gives them power. It doesn't. Reaction gives control to the other person. If someone can make you angry, they control your emotional state. That means they control you. Let that sink in. True power is emotional independence, the ability to remain steady regardless of external behavior. Think about the calmest person you know. Do they look weak
or do they look unshakable? There is something intimidating about a person who cannot be provoked. That's when he understood. Silence is often louder than anger. Calmness is often more powerful than confrontation. Over time, something unexpected happened. People stopped trying to provoke him. Why? Because reaction is what feeds toxic behavior. When you don't react, you remove the reward. But here's the part nobody talks about. Staying calm does not mean accepting disrespect. It means choosing your response strategically instead of emotionally. There's a difference between reacting and responding. Reaction is instant and emotional. Response is delayed and intentional. When necessary, he addressed issues calmly and directly, without shouting, without drama, and people listened more, because calm words carry more weight than angry ones. The final breakthrough came during another public insult months later. A colleague mocked him in a meeting, expecting a reaction. The room waited. He looked at the person calmly and said, "If that makes you feel better, I'm okay with it." And then he moved on. No tension, no raised voice, just confidence. The atmosphere shifted instantly. The power dynamic changed in seconds. That's when he realized the ultimate truth. When you no longer need validation, approval, or dominance, no one can disturb your peace. Anger loses its grip when you detach your self-worth from other people's opinions. So how do you never get angry or bothered again? First, understand that people's behavior reflects their inner world, not your value. Second, observe your ego instead of obeying it. Third, remember that reaction gives away power. And fourth, build a life so focused on your purpose that minor options feel irrelevant. When you are deeply invested in growth, discipline, and long-term vision, small provocations look small. And here's the final thought that changed everything for him. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Most of the time, the answer is no. And if it won't matter in 5 years, it doesn't deserve 5 minutes of your emotional energy. Imagine living like that, calm in chaos, silent in insult, focused in distraction. That is not weakness, that is mastery, because the person who controls their emotions controls their life. And the moment you decide that no one else is allowed to control your internal state, you become untouchable. Not because people stop attacking, but because their attacks no longer reach you. And that is the day anger stops owning you and you start owning your mind.